We head to Royal Oak, Michigan for an arraignment. 21-year-old Robert Cullen Henley has been charged with domestic violence. 2 days earlier, according to police reports, Henley got into an altercation with his brother, and after their father intervened, things became physical. Henley's sister called police, and he was arrested. Today, Henley appears before Magistrate Louis Langham to see if he'll be offered bond. But first, Detective Zachary Meckel addresses the court.
On November 23rd, officers responded to being called for domestic disturbance by the defendant's sister. Officers spoke with the father, who stated that his son had gotten in an argument with his brother over believing that had kicked his dog. The defendant grabbed his father by his shirt, began pushing him. The two ended up in a physical scuffle. The sister attempted to step in and break up the argument again, at which time she was also pushed by the defendant. The brother observed the defendant assaulting both his father and sister. He shoved the defendant off of the two of them. At that time, when he pushed him off, fell on his head on a door frame, suffering laceration to his head.
Okay, the court finds that the alleged crime was committed and that there's probable cause to believe that the defendant committed the said offense. A bond in the amount of $3,000 cash surety. You will not return to the premises. You will not assault, beat, molest, in any way verbally harass, threaten, or intimidate any witnesses in this matter. The court will order that you test 2 times a week for alcohol and drugs. Sir, do you understand your bond conditions?
Yes, sir.
Then we're all set here at the jail.
About an hour later, after the detective reported overhearing Henley making a phone call, the defendant is brought back before the magistrate.
It's my understanding there is an alleged bond violation.
Bond violation? I didn't call my mom.
Don't talk, Robert.
Counsel, the alleged bond violation, I had just arraigned your client, and he was told not to have any contact with several witnesses, including his girlfriend. There, in fact, was a phone call made to her by the defendant shortly after he was arraigned, and that's why we're back in this position.
His girlfriend is not a listed witness.
She wasn't even there.
I'm looking at the complaint. She is not a listed witness. He was not told to not have contact with her. So there's
That's
no
correct.
reason to not have contact with her.
Can I just clarify, Your Honor?
Detective, go ahead.
Violate me, bro?
What is your mother's name?
Danette, but I didn't even call her.
Okay.
Robert,
The
stop
bond
talking.
violation was the fact that he used his girlfriend to call his mother and have contact with his mother in order to post bond.
Dude, why did you
Danette?
violate me for that? That's up.
Robert, stop talking.
He contacted his girlfriend in an attempt to have her contact his mother. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to adjust his bond conditions. At this particular point, his bond was set at $3,000 cash surety. I am going to reset that bond at $5,000 cash surety.
Before exiting the courtroom, Henley has a few words for the detective.
So why did you
Deny
violate
him.
me for calling my girl? I wasn't talking
Robert,
to my
stop
mom.
talking.
Stop talking.
What is this going to help me with? They just
Stop-
raised my bond.
stop
That doesn't
talking.
help me
Robert.
with
Stop
anything.
talking. Let them finish their procedure.
They can finish their procedure. I'm going to go back
Stop
there and I'm going to have to pay more money.
Stop talking.
So it doesn't make a difference to
Stop
me.
talking.
Call my girlfriend and have money brought here, dude.
Citing Henley's young age, a judge later adjudicated him to a deferral program, and if he stays out of trouble, his domestic violence charge will be dismissed. Next, we're in Royal Oak, Michigan for an arraignment. 36-year-old Michael Brulee has been charged with 2 counts of malicious destruction of police or fire department property. A day earlier, police say Brulee started a grill fire in a wooded area near his home, prompting a neighbor to call 911. When police and the fire department arrived, Brulee became belligerent and allegedly damaged one of the fire trucks. He was arrested and charged. And in a separate case, Brulee is facing a pending disorderly conduct charge. Today, he appears from the county jail before Judge Louis Langham to hear if he'll make bond. Brulee is represented by public defender Cecilia Curandongo.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The pretrial services report does recommend release on his own recognizance. I would ask for a personal recognizance bond.
Your client does have some failed to appear history, so there is some concern based upon the nature of the allegations and the defendant's prior history of failing to appear. Court will issue a bond in the amount of $2,000 cash surety bond, no 10%. The defendant's next court date, sir, is going to be August the 5th. The court's going to order that you test 2 times a week also for alcohol and drugs.
It appears Brulee has taken himself off camera.
Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
So, first of all, do you understand your bond conditions?
No. No, I don't understand my bond conditions.
Okay, well, tell me what you don't understand.
I don't understand why I can't get a personal reconnaissance. I've appeared to all my court cases. I have never.
Yeah, let me say this to you. I didn't ask you whether or not you agreed with it. I asked you whether or not you understood it.
Don't understand.
So
I don't understand.
Well, then, if you don't understand, you need to tell me what is it you don't understand, not what you don't agree with. I just want to know what you don't understand.
I don't understand why I am not eligible or why I can't receive a personal bond based on my...
Okay, stop there, because I didn't give you one. What else you don't understand?
Okay, why am I being charged with a felony? What evidence do you have? And how is it?
Don't discuss the case. I don't want you to accidentally say anything because you're being recorded, and I don't want anything to be used against you in a later proceeding. So I don't want you to discuss it.
It's a 4-year charge.
Okay. So you do understand your bond conditions?
Sure.
Okay. Counsel, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. You can walk out the back. They'll take care of you out there.
Good luck to you too, sir.
But the defendant doesn't seem like he's ready to go just yet.
Can I speak to you, please? Can I speak to counsel?
We already spoke, and I don't think they're going to let us speak again. So you need to step outside, sir.
Brulee later took a deal from the state, pleading guilty to one of the malicious destruction charges, while the other was dismissed. The judge sentenced him to 25 days in jail, plus 12 months probation. Brulee must also complete anger management classes. For his unrelated disorderly conduct charge, Brulee was sentenced to 12 months probation, which will run concurrently. He must also pay a fine of $775. Next, we're in Detroit, Michigan for an arraignment. 36-year-old Jonah Lee-Edward Green has been charged with DWI, speeding, driving with a suspended license, and several other charges. Today, Green appears before Judge Sean Perkins to find out if he'll be offered bond.
Otis Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. For purposes of arraignment, my client would stand mute.
$500 personal bond. Gonna be testing once a week.
For what?
Alcohol. I'm gonna have you testing 1 time per week. I have you no leaving the state without the court's permission, and no drinking during the pendency of this case. Let's get probation in here now.
What is the probation for?
So they can assist in you testing and make sure that you're testing.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Listen, I didn't say you were an alcoholic. It's a procedure, right? When I see this charge, everybody's got to go through the same procedure.
Joining the hearing is probation officer Jennifer O'Driscoll, who spoke with Green in a breakout room earlier that day.
I did speak with the defendant regarding the testing at ATS. I did tell him that he would need to report tomorrow.
One thing, I don't know my way
Hold on a
around.
second.
It will be done.
Wait a minute, please. Everybody's gonna be orderly in here. All right?
Green, who's turned his camera off, is claiming he's unable to get to the testing site on the west side of Detroit.
Okay, Mr. Green, turn your camera on, please. Because I want to see you. Take your hat off, please. I want to see you in the, stop moving, please. Please. How old are you?
36.
You're 36 years old. You're born and raised in the city of Detroit. And you're telling the court that you don't know how to get around on the west side.
Correct.
I'm not buying that. I need to have testing this week. And I'm not buying the fact that you can't get there by 8 o'clock tomorrow.
How can you not? And I don't know where I'm going, sir. I mean, I could call them on my phone.
Listen, yes, sir. You can figure it out. You're 36 years old. You're a grown man.
My spine is injured.
You're moving around pretty good on the camera.
Because my back is hurting. I can't sit down and stand up due to my injury too long.
So listen, I want you testing tomorrow, and you're gonna have to figure it out.
You expect me to walk tomorrow because I don't have no money. I don't have a dollar to my name.
I'm done. You make your own decisions and you do what you do. I'm gonna do my job. The trial date is April the 29th at 9 a.m. Tomorrow, you need to have the testing done by 8 o'clock p.m.
So I just have to beat you guys. That's the only way. It's me against the world.
Now don't put me in it. Because I didn't give you the ticket, and I'm just here doing what I do in my job, all right?
Green did not show up for testing the next day, but he did appear the day after that. His test came back negative, and his attorney informed the judge that getting to the testing site on the west side of Detroit was no longer an issue. Green pled not guilty to the charges, and his case is pending. Next, we go to Ann Arbor, Michigan for an arraignment. 19-year-old Eternity Jackson has been charged with driving without insurance. Today, she appears before Judge Cedric Simpson to discuss next steps in the case. But first, the judge has a question for the defendant.
All right, before we begin, who escorted you to the court today?
Myself.
Pardon?
Myself.
Who were you with?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather?
Yeah.
Jackson's hearing was scheduled for 9 a.m., but according to court staff, when her case wasn't called on time, her grandfather wasn't happy and had some words with him.
All right, sir. I realize you wanted her case called, but I'll just give this admonition. I call the cases in order as I have them by their blocks. We're not going to call this thing at 9 o'clock, and I don't appreciate ever my staff being yelled at. Or you trying to send them back to pose a question to me.
Well, you know what, Your Honor? Okay, y'all send out a letter saying 9 o'clock, all right? If y'all do some...
Sir?
Yes, sir.
It isn't even your case. So have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. I've given my admonition. That's the way that it will roll.
Judge Simpson checks in with the prosecutor.
Ms. Reiser, you have something on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. The public defender did provide me with proof of now there is an insurance policy for 6 months. Given that pre-arraignment, I would move to dismiss the charge.
Ms. Jackson, do you have any objection to dismissal? Case is dismissed. Thank you, ma'am.
After Jackson and her grandfather exit the courtroom, Judge Simpson takes a moment with his staff.
You know, how many people have I taken into custody today?
One.
Just one?
Yeah.
There was almost 2. And I tried so hard. I'm proud of me.
Good job. Good job.
This is State of Michigan versus Jeffrey Williams.
Next, we're in Ann Arbor, Michigan for an arraignment. 38-year-old Jeffrey Williams has been charged with domestic violence and assault and battery. 2 days earlier, according to police, Williams got into an argument with his girlfriend and allegedly assaulted her. This is Williams' third domestic violence charge and his second against this victim. He's currently on probation.
Could you state your name for the record, please?
Jeffrey Leon Williams.
Today, Williams appears remotely before Magistrate Alicia Fink to find out if he'll be released on bond. The state is asking for bond of $25,000. Representing Williams is public defender Sylvana Reed, who's asked the judge to put the charges on the record.
The complaint in this matter states the defendant is accused of committing the crime of domestic violence. This is charged as a third offense because of a previous conviction in August of 2006 and in July of 2022. Felony DV is a maximum of 5 years and or $5,000. Count 2 is a misdemeanor assault charge with the maximum for that is 93 days and or $500.
Thank you. We will stand mute to those charges.
I'm being charged with a third domestic.
Correct.
Okay. I just have to state that I don't have 3 domestics in that count in that jurisdiction. I shouldn't have 3 domestics.
No, it doesn't have to be in this jurisdiction.
Okay, well, I'm tired of your attorney.
And a conviction.
I'm tired, okay? It's not my fault. I don't know who she is.
Mr.
It doesn't
Williams,
matter. You're going to press charge on me that I don't deserve, okay?
We're not sentencing you today. The biggest concern I have regarding the bond for a domestic violence with already.
Right.
And I believe that you're not supposed to be having any.
How many people who she have charges against in the computer? You're acting like she's anything. I'm doing something to her.
I'm not acting like anything.
I haven't done anything to her. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not acting like anything. I'm trying to give you the information about this particular situation.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have any kind of an attitude towards you.
I'm trying to say something. You're not letting me speak. I know myself. You have seen several people hit charges against her. You see what I'm saying?
Mr. Williams, I would advise.
All I'm saying is the charges with everyone. That's it today. Damn it. And I'm doing it.
Mr. Williams, at this.
That's okay. We'll see him tomorrow. That's all right. That's all right. I'll see you tomorrow. Take off. Bye.
I'm not going. If I go to prison, this bitch will blow up. You.
He has refused to be arraigned on that charge today. We'll try again tomorrow.
Later, the judge set bond at $5,000, but the complainant eventually dropped the charges and the case was dismissed.